guys, good morning. Jedi Rich here. We're gonna do the music practice today live. Only because a lot of you have been asking for more live stuff because I think you like the direct interaction, you know, and I don't blame you. Especially if you're just sitting there, you know, doing whatever at home, not doing nothing, you're bored on a Monday. If you're bored on a Monday, then I'm kind of wondering what it is that you're doing. Do you not have a job? Do you not have school? Do you not have anything going on? Or did you work the weekend and have Monday off? Anyways, welcome to Monday. And we always start our day with a little music, you know? I mean, that's kind of how I was raised. My dad was a musician. He played piano. He was also a photographer. But that's not how he made his money. He said, if you want to make money, don't do those things. He said, stay away from doing those things. He said, do those things when you get older. Right now, what you got to do is you got to study business. You got to study computers, is what he said, because it was 1970, you know? And I was one of the first people to learn to program on an Apple I. I don't know if you guys knew what an Apple I was, but I was like 8 years old, and they brought me into this, I don't know, it was called OMSI. I don't know if it's Oregon Science Museum of Industry. Anyways, they had a special thing there where they brought in these guys from California, from a company called Apple Computer in 1976. And they came up there and they had these special classes down in the basement at 7 o'clock. My dad would take me there after work and I would sit there and they taught me how to program and how to use DOS. Or it wasn't DOS because it wasn't Microsoft, but it was whatever Apple's version of that was. Like, you know, I was 6 years old, I barely remember. But I do remember that I learned how to program that day, and I do remember I loved computers from then on, and that's kind of how it all started. So now, we're gonna practice music though, because as you get older, what you find out is that money maybe isn't as all important as you thought it was. You know, I mean, money's important, sure, we need to eat, but just like we need to learn how to read and write, and we need to learn how to kiss girls, and we need to learn how to walk dogs and stuff. We need to learn all those things, but do you need to do those things all the time for the rest of your life? Right? Like once you learn how to feed yourself, hey man, start thinking about something else. Once you learn how to make money, okay, I got that. You know, do you want to keep making money? I mean, you got it. Now I'm going on to something else. And the reason why I say it's important is because every moment, life should be interesting. And when you embarked on this whole thing, life was interesting because you were learning. Every day at high school, there was something new. I mean, there might be, who knows, a new crush. There might be something new that you were going to learn. I mean, everything was new. Think about it. Think about what you knew at 16. I mean, you barely knew how the weather worked. Okay, so everything, all this information is coming in, so life is really exciting. And then you go on to college, more so the same. And then you get your first job, even more learning, even more stuff. But then at some point, you run out of shit to learn. You just kind of just going through the motions. And that's where a lot of you get stuck. That's where I got stuck. A lot of people get stuck saying, oh man, maybe I should just, you know, you're married or you're in a relationship. Then you start thinking, well, I guess I'll have kids. So everyone has kids because at 35, they didn't know anything else to do. And that gave them something else to learn, and that distracts them for, you know, 10 years, 12 years, but you know, that gets boring too. But now, the kids are gone, now what? You have more kids? Well, some people are. But listen, there are other options. I don't know what it is personally for you, but for me, what I found was I wanted to start really learning the things that I want to learn. Like I want to learn how to play guitar. I wanted to be, when I was 12, I didn't want to be a banker. I wasn't thinking, oh, I want to be a Wall Street trader. I want to live in Manhattan, right down the street from Twin Towers. That's not what my dream was. My dream was to be Eddie Van Halen. I wanted to wear those cool pants that Eddie had. I didn't want to wear a suit. I didn't want to wear a Hugo Boss suit. I wanted to dress in spandex. I wanted a job where I could wear spandex and carry guitars around and sleep in hotels. And that's what I wanted at 12. So I had to sacrifice that. Instead, I became a Wall Street trader, a banker, basically, in Manhattan. And I wore a three-piece suit. So, but those days are over. Because what happened is everything crashed down on 9/11. And I know that was a long time ago, and Jedi Joy says you can't keep bringing up the past. But I bring up the past because We as a society have never really dealt with the impacts of 9/11 on what it would do to us. All we did immediately was, as soon as it happened, we looked, who did it? And then we went out to go kill him. Okay, great. We spent 20 years finding the guy, or 10 years finding the guy. Then we spent the next 10 years like rebuilding. Now, we just bombed Iraq yesterday, as a matter, or today, this morning. So just kind of killing, but now it's like, well, what about, the damage that was done to the people that were here? What about the people that saw the people like, I was, seeing people jump out of windows, What about like when I see an airplane fly across the Manhattan sky, I can't not think anything else but 9/11, These are realities. I know, it sounds weird, but these are realities. So, what we do is we play music. I'm gonna take this thing off. We're gonna take it down an octave, half octave. Half key, I mean. So, anyways, welcome to the channel. This is Jedi Rich. What this channel is about, who knows? Primarily, it's about having fun and health and eating right, and also calling through a lot of the bullshit that you see on television, the celebrities, and especially on YouTube. You have a lot of people coming on here touting their diet plans and showing what they eat in a day, and I see a lot of these models. The one part they don't tell you is that they're vomiting the food that they're telling you to eat. That's why you're fat and they're skinny as whatever on their diet. Because they're eating like a bunch of oatmeal and a bunch of eggs and stuff, and then they're going and vomiting it. And it's called bulimia. It's an addiction. And apparently, if you even mention it on YouTube, they kind of shadow ban you. And you can't talk about it anywhere. It just gets shadow banned. Nobody wants to talk about eating disorders. And it's an issue for me because I suffered from one. It was a major, major deal for me. And I suffered for it because the people on television had eating disorders, but they weren't telling you, but that's what they were doing. But how else could you eat like, a bunch of donuts and still weigh 168 pounds and not have an ounce of fat on you? The only way was to vomit. And so as a kid, I'm not dumb. I mean, I can see, well, shit, if I eat this box of donuts, I'm going to get fat. But let's see, James Bond did, and he seems to eat coffee and drink alcohol. You have no problem. How you do that? Oh, right, he's on speed and he's doing other stuff. So anyway, I digress. This channel's all about health and about doing good things, and what we do is we don't do those things, and we call out people that do those things and say, hey, they're telling you to eat this diet, and it's not a real diet. What they're doing is they're taking drugs or they're vomiting, and that's cheating. I ain't got no soapbox I can stand up on, but God gave me a stage, a guitar, and a song. Daddy always said, don't you get involved in politics, religions, other people's qualms. I'll paint the picture, let me set the scene. When I have children, they will know what it means. Pass all these things my family's given to me, like love and understanding, positivity. We could change this whole world with a piano, add a bass, some guitar, grab a beat. Away we go. I'm just a girl with a one-boy show. No university, no degree. Lord, no. Everybody's talking about expenditure growth and the stock market's crashing and their portfolios. I'll be sitting here with the song that I wrote, saying love could change the world in a moment. What do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. What do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. The revolution's coming, it's a minute away. I saw people dancing in the streets today. We're all made up of love and hate, but both of them are balanced on a razor blade. I'll paint the picture, let me set the scene. I'm all for people following their dreams. Just remember, life's more than fitting in your jeans. It's love and understanding, positivity. We could change this whole world with a piano and a bass, some guitar. expenditure growth and the stock market's crashing and their portfolios. I'll be sitting here with the song that I wrote, saying love could change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. But what do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. I'll paint the picture, let me set the scene. The future's in the hands of you and me. Let's all get together, we can all be free. Spread love and understanding, positivity. We could change this whole world with a piano and a bass, some guitar, grab a beat. Away we go. I'm just a girl with a one-boy show. No university, no degree, but Lord knows everybody's talking about expenditure growth and the stock market's crashing and their portfolios. I'll be sitting here with the song that I wrote, saying love could change the world in a home. What do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. What do I know? Love could change the world in a moment. What do I know? Hey Oz, thanks for watching. We'll be running around New York City. Maybe we'll do another live later. And give us a subscribe if you like it, and a thumbs up. And have a great day.